Hey guys, welcome back. It's Andy with bookbridge.io and readerbridge.io. And in this final video 5 of the series, I am talking about sending emails, how to keep subscribers, and 3 mistakes that causes unsubscribes. So I'm going to show you everything you need to write, send, and schedule emails that keep your readers warm, and the mistakes most authors make that silently kill their lists. If you don't know who I am Andy. I've been in the indie author industry for over 3 years. I joined a popular book writing program and they taught me a lot. I absolutely love them, but the platforms that were out there for us to use were clunky. Messaging was, let's just leave it at that. And so I built something better in my personal own opinion. And so if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, you really got to go through those first to really make number 5 kind of flow all together. But if you've been with me up until this point, welcome back. And let's dive right in, because sending emails is what makes your book launches basically the most profitable, not only for you, but for your fellow indie authors and who you swap with. So I'm going to cover today why email, the do's and don'ts, the 3 mistakes, an AI writing tool, a Mailerlite walkthrough that I personally use Mailerlite. So if you use another tool, just kind of equate what I show you in Mailerlite to your email one, whether it's like MailChimp, SendFox, Flowdesk, ActiveCampaign, Kit, whatever you're using. All right. And then show you some email stats. All right, let's get into this. I know I said that wrong, guys. I've been videoing like these videos straight. So it's going to get a little weird in number 5. So why send emails at all? If you are part of a program that teaches you how to market through emails, you know that it is super important. But if you're like, do I really need to send that many? Yes. Because this is not only to promote your book, but that's primarily why we're doing it, is to promote your book and others. So your email list is the most direct line to readers who already said yes to you. Okay. New releases, cover reveals, launch day, emails, how you turn excitement into sales. And this is also how you find your own beta and ARC readers that you don't have to pay. Okay. I find that my fan base is more than happy to be a beta reader. Actually, they practically beg, can I please read? Can I please? I don't have to pay them. Okay. You can definitely go, if you want to find someone who's quote unquote professional and does it for a living, absolutely. You can go and pay someone to do it. If you think that your reader has a good eye, you want to test it out, this is the way to do it. Your list is the perfect place to recruit beta readers and ARC reviewers, people who are already investing in your work and they want to read it before anyone else, and they're willing to give you some feedback. And then obviously, our newsletter swaps work both ways, okay? You promote other authors to your list, and it builds goodwill, fills your swap calendar, and keeps your readers discovering new books, which keeps them opening your emails. So let's get into the do's and don'ts of email marketing. Definitely do this. Write like you're emailing a friend, not broadcasting to a crowd. Share personal experiences behind the scenes, like your writing life. Be consistent. Readers remember authors who show up regularly. Give value before you ask for anything. And use your own voice. Readers signed up for you. Okay? Don't do this. Only email when you have something to sell. Don't be generic. Templated. Lifeless emails get ignored if they look like everyone else's. Don't ghost your list for months, then reappear for a launch. Don't add your own links in a swap partner's solo spot. At the top, around it, underneath it. Just don't do that. And don't skip the nurture sequence and let new readers go cold and not know what the heck you're doing after they just downloaded a free book, and then all of a sudden they're getting 5 more books thrusted at them. Okay? Don't do that. So mistake number 1 is not sharing your personal experiences. All right. The biggest reason readers unsubscribe is not about frequency. It's not about emailing them 5 to 7 times a week. It's irrelevant during each of those 5 or 7 times a week. Generic emails with no personality actually feels like spam. And I will tell you, people will mark my emails as spam sometimes. I will let you know. I get lazy and I'm just like, here's a new book. So even though they gave you their email and they gave you permission, they will still mark you as spam. They suck. Anyway, readers stay for the author they feel like they know. So share your life, share your process, your failures. That's what builds loyalty. And worst case scenario, they unsubscribe with just it's just too many emails. And that's fine. I'd rather have a friendly unsubscribe than a spammy, you're just spamming me. That isn't true. Okay. So before we go any further though, I told you mistake number 1. But everything in this video only actually works if new readers actually hear from you first. So remember I said new readers. And those are the ones who are coming in because you just gave them a free book, prequel, novella, excerpt, or something through a lead magnet. Okay. You can have the perfect newsletter template, the best swap partners, and a beautiful Mailerlite or whatever you're using set up. And you could still lose 40% of your new subscribers before they ever see any of it because they downloaded your book. They waited. They heard nothing. Or maybe they heard like the generic jargon. We don't want that. So I want you to stay to the end because I have a free sequence that fixes this before it happens. And most authors have never even heard of it, especially if this is the first time you have seen my videos. All right, so newsletter content, what to include and definitely what not to. You need to include this, a personal story or behind the scenes moment. Okay. You have your featured book or it's your swap partners. Okay, a soft call to action, reply, click, buy or review, and then your voice. Basically, your voice is throughout the entire email, so readers want to feel like they know you. Definitely skip over doing this. Wall-to-wall promotional copy with no personal touch, or too many links competing for attention, filler content that adds nothing to the reader's day, or your own links inside a partner's dedicated solo spot. Can y'all see where I'm going with that last point? Okay. This happens way too often and new authors are coming up or getting taken advantage of. And so I'm making this super, super, super clear. Solo is a solo. So this is mistake number 2, being generic. And this is how BookBridge's AI's writing tool actually fixes that. Generic newsletters don't get opened twice, but BookBridge has a built-in AI writing tool that matches your voice and writing style so that your emails sound like you. And it's one of the sought-out features that authors need when they're staring at a blank email template and they have no idea what to write. Guys, if you're doing the recommended 5 to 7 times sending per week, you're going to feel burnt out. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to be like, what in the world do I talk about? So let me show you exactly how this works. Right here, if you have the Indie Pro tier, and if you're not sure what tier you're on or what this looks like, it's actually, it's the Indie for Life, okay? You get access to the most capable AI model for drafting newsletter copy, swap pitches, and promotional content. Okay, so if you're on the Indie Pro, you're going to have to upgrade if you want this with some other perks as well. Okay, unlimited pretty much everything. So let's go back over here. You're going to see this on the dashboard. If you have access, it's going to be right here. It says draft email copy. When you click on this, it's loading your upcoming swaps. So all the swaps that you have upcoming are right here. So my next one is on May 20th. Okay, so let's pick this one. Recommending Positively Buried by the Apple Book Library Book Nook. All right, you can generate up to 2 drafts. And this is the smartest Claude model, best for writing. Okay, so it will always be updated to the latest one. And this is included with the Indie for Life. You can choose your tone. Are you a casual and personal person? Do you feel like you're more professional? Or are you fun and playful? Personally, I am fun and playful. Now, how long do I want this to be? Okay. I like to stick to medium. And now here is where you definitely want to add a personal note. It's optional, but I 100% recommend you put something here because this is where you avoid basically being generic. Okay. So for me, I'm actually just thinking about what happened in the last 24 hours. Getting over being sick as a dog. My kids lacking on homeschooling while I was sick. And I'm about to go out of town yet again to help my mom in South Carolina. That's really it. I don't need to watch my punctuation. Yes, I have Grammarly installed. I don't do any of that. Claude will decipher what needs to happen and when and where and how often. So let's generate a draft for this. Okay, it tells you right now your readers love a personal touch. This gets woven into the opening of the email. All right. Now, if I didn't like this at all, I could retry and put something completely different in here. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. This past week nearly broke me. I spent most of it flat on the couch, convincing myself that just one more cup of tea would fix everything. It did not. The kids, bless their hearts, decided that homeschooling could take a little vacation right along with my immune system, so we're all playing catch up now. If that weren't enough, I'm headed out of town again soon to help my mom in South Carolina, so things around here are beautifully chaotic as usual. Guys, does this connect you more to me or does it distance you more to me? I'm not talking about any books. I'm not talking about selling you something. I'm literally letting you know that, hey, I've had a down week and my kids are being brats. Or they're not being brats. You know what I mean? But here's the silver lining. Being stuck in bed meant I had zero excuses not to read. And I stumbled onto something you absolutely cannot miss. Positively Buried by Fox Doyle's the cozy mystery I didn't know I needed. Now I can't stop thinking about it. And then it goes into a little synopsis. Okay. All Star teams up with math teacher Eva, blah, blah, blah. It's charming, clever, and genuinely gripping. Perfect for a lazy afternoon or, a week of sick day survival. Grab your coffee today. Guys, I can definitely tweak this right in here. I love it. I love it. It seamlessly ties into the book I'm promoting. It's natural. It flows. If something didn't flow, I could, just be like, oh, I don't want to use it like that. So what I'm going to do is copy this to clipboard. And I'm going to hop over to Mailerlite. So just a second. Okay, so what I wanted to walk you through is I'm going to go through Mailerlite right now. And I'm going to show you the newsletter template setup. So I will show you from start to finish how I get a template set up that I can use over and over again. I already have one in there, but if you're like, this is the first time I've done it, so how do I know I'm doing it right? I got you. So let's go ahead and do that right now so that everything is good to go. Sign into wherever you have your thing. This is Mailerlite. You could probably follow along, even though you have a different email provider. If you want to just kind of follow along and use how they do it, please do. But so if you're in Mailerlite, then this is a one for one. But you're going to click on campaigns here. As you can see, I already have some made. But let me make one from scratch and how you would save it. So what I would do is create campaign. It's just going to be a regular campaign. Okay, so let's pretend there was nothing on the other page. And they have a new editor now. So we could use the drop and drag, but you know what? Let's just use the simple new one. It's brand new. Let's make one together. And then you don't have to use this one, or you can use this one. It's pretty much the same, but I kind of like this better. You could go through a template. template gallery. I don't like these. To me, they're just, I might use one for launch, but it looks too magaziney to me. You can absolutely grab one. It's like, it's your newsletter list. Do whatever you want, right? Yes, I totally muted my curse word because that's what I do as a mom. All right, but I'm going to start from scratch. So we're going to use a simple editor. Remember, I just copied the information from BookBridge, but I don't need that yet. So I go back to my brand style, or you can click into these. The brand style you can set in settings. So what I like to do is I want to first get my logo at the top. So when you're here, just click the little plus sign, scroll down elements, and I want an image. You can upload your logo image. I already have mine in my file manager. So for you, if this is the first time, click upload, find where your logo is, and then bring it in. Let me just do that for you so you can see. Okay, here's mine. Okay, I'm going to take the corners down here. I need to turn this off. It's kind of in my way. There we go. Okay, so you see right here, those two arrows. So I want to shrink that about 130. Okay, and I want it above the title. I don't think it's going to go. I don't like the title part, but it's just there, but that's fine. Okay, you can add a caption if you want. And then I'm just going to use that. Okay, you can show footer. This footer is also in the settings if you want to change how your footer looks. But I'm going to now go here. What I noticed that actually this doesn't have, well, there are my social links. I wonder, my saved content. Maybe I do like the drop and drag one better. Oh well. All right, so now I'm going to hide this for now. I want to put in, let's see, my text block. That's what I wanted. And I'm just going to paste this in. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I do like my other editor. Because I don't see where I can put in sections. Actually, this isn't that bad. Because I can put the image. Let me grab that book link. So remember, I copied this. I already did that. So let me grab the book. So I'm going to open this up to grab the book link. So save image. And then I'm going to grab my tracking link. He has two here, so I'm going to just copy the one from Book Funnel. It doesn't really matter unless he told me, but he didn't. So I'm going to copy that. And come back to Mailerlite. I'm going to upload the image that I just downloaded. Oh. It needs to be. And this from Amazon. There it goes. It's a JPEG now. All right, get this in there. All right, so I'm going to show you guys. I'm supposed to be showing you how to make a template, and I'm just doing all of this. So let me back up. Actually, let me move. Oops. Actually, no. Let me just get rid of this. Okay. Let me put all of this. Let me recopy this. Make sure I don't lose it. So we're going to put intro. And then the next one, I'm going to do an image. And the next one, I might want a button. And then I want that centered. Maybe I want it full length. And then I want an outro. And maybe that's it. Okay. Basically, right now, I can add as a template. Okay. So that's what I wanted to show you. So template name, simple editor, I can say, oops, solo template. And hit save. Okay. So I'm going to hit next. Okay. Now, I don't have to do that because there's nothing here. But let me go back and let's see that this template actually saved. Okay, so here it is. It's now a template. Now let me go and create campaign, a regular campaign. My templates is right here. And there it is. And I can just reuse this. I can say choose. And here I go. Now I'm going to take this, paste this in. But there were those weird spaces. That won't happen when you guys paste it in from Bookbridge. And then I'm going to grab my, because I just uploaded the book cover. And I'm going to move this up maybe right here. I'll move it right there. And then I'm going to make it short, smaller, because that's just ridiculous. And then that's how I'm using that template. And here's the button. I'm going to move this up too. Or maybe I'll move it right here. Okay, and now I'm going to grab that link from Bookbridge. So I'm going to copy this. If you want to see what it looks like, you know, just paste it in here, see how it looks. And it's a free copy, so we want to do the free book. So I'm going to pop that in. I like to open up in a new tab. And then I'm also going to link the cover and make sure the link says Bookbridge. Then you know it's properly tracked. And if you wanted to, you could come over here. You could change the button cover or color, all that. If you wanted more like rounded, do the different styles. But that's just pretty much how it is, guys. Okay. And I always put in the name. I think, yeah, if you hit shift in that squiggly line, like a bracket, it brings up their name. And then correct this. I always address, remember, I talk to someone as if I'm talking, I talk to my list as if I'm talking to one person, a close friend. I always address their name. And I would say, grab your copy. I'm going to say their name again. Doesn't seem to come up when there's something immediately after it, like there was a period there. And then I'm just going to get rid of that. And that's how I would do it. Just like that. And then I would take this preview mode, copy this URL, come back to over here. And I'm going to add my newsletter preview because you guys just watched me do a real swap and save that in there. There we go. And that looks good for you. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. And this is all true, guys. This is like literally true for me. Like I have to leave this Thursday. And there we go. And if I hover over here, I can see the links down at the bottom. And so those links are correct. And there I go. And then I can go ahead and schedule. So campaign name. It's the same solo template. I don't mind the date. Oops. You can do this however you want. So subject. Oh, I forgot my whodunit game. I usually put in a whodunit game, so I got to do that yet. Actually, I don't need those brackets. All right, so I'm going to leave this as a draft because I need to still add something. So guys, we just made a newsletter template. Okay. And you can see what a good template looks like. Like it's minimal. It's not overwhelming. And so that's how we did a solo. So you could easily do one and pre-fill and, you know, like these are my previous templates, you know, with the, like I have some feature and promos. So you can have that in there, like for the banners and everything. So quite frankly, I think when you make the template, try the other editor and see which one you like better. See what works for you. So creating a campaign in Mailerlite connected to BookBridge. That's what I just showed you how we did that. We created it with writing the AI email first because sometimes you just don't know what to write about. And then grabbing our links, the feature and email example, how to lay it out. So let's look at that. That would be this one, feature and mention. So let's look at this preview. So I still have my intro. I have a block. So how to make it look like this is you would use the other editor. So let me show you that real quick. So if you can create a campaign, go to regular campaign, and we're going to start from scratch. Use the drop and drag editor. Okay. So this is a simple email. This will give you a little bit more options if you want to do that. So the drop and drag will allow you to do those like split. So the thing is you have to get rid of all of these. Okay, I use that. No, get rid of this. I don't even know why this is in there. Oh, get rid of those. So then you have over here, oops. Sorry, my recording screen, you guys can't see it, but it's there. All right. So you have your sections and then you have your elements. So how to create a feature and mention sections. This is what I would do. If I had one feature, I would do this. I would take the two columns, place it here. This says add at items manually. So if you hit this plus, you can choose an image. And then here, I would choose the text. So this would be my, let me show you. You would place the image. Let me grab like the one I just did. So the book cover and then the book blurb. Okay. Okay, but if you didn't want that, get rid of that. So, but you could still leave this as a template. So here's the image, there's the blurb. Maybe you want a divider to set it off. So I just click DI to just divider, drag it underneath. And now I want to put in my mentions. So say maybe I have 5 or 4 mentions or 3. That's when I would take my gallery and I'd do my 3 images. If I only wanted book covers. If you wanted mentions with a one-liner, this is what I do. I'll show you both. Let's do here. And now you have just the book covers for mentions. And here you could take a headline and put a headline here and say, other reads you'll devour. Okay. So I have just book covers. And now I say I want 2 more. Go to sections. And then, but you want these to have a one-liner. So you would do an image and then right underneath it, do text. Same here, image, and then underneath it, do text. And then maybe you want another divider. And then you can do your sign off. And just go to elements and just text right here. You grab that, and then this could be, oops. Or you can say, you know, your name. So you don't have to, you know, repeat it because this is your template. Okay. And there you go. You have a feature and mention template ready to go. And if you had 2, you can make a single one and just name it a single template. And what I would do here, you notice here it doesn't say save as template, just say done editing. And this is what I did with my previous ones. You're not going to save it. Well, let it finish saving here. Or actually say the campaign, say 1 feature plus what I have, 3 plus 5 mentions. And I would just name it a template. Okay. So make sure it saves. Okay, it's saved. Now you can X out. And now here it is. This is what you would then come here, click down and say duplicate. And then the copy is what you would then put in the real information. So that's why these say add in a date. This is a Friday solo. That was just, I don't know what that is. Probably something my VA did. See, and it just says duplicate me so we don't forget. Copy me, don't delete this, duplicate me. And like these are my other templates. I have template 1, template 2, template 3, and then they're just fill in the blank. Okay, so that is how you lay that one out. And then you found, I showed you where you got your swap link and BookBridge to drop it into your email. So we covered that. Remember, that was right here. And you want to get your tracking links. So you can see I used it once, so I know I got the right link. And then choosing your recipients. And we just did the drop and drag editor. So if this is ready to send, this one that I just did, I could say continue editing. If it was ready to send, let me show you what you would do next. Okay, you're going to hit continue. Oh, oops, no, I'm not. Select recipient. So what you want to do here is when you select these, this is where you're going to select them. Now, here's how you make this truly set it and forget it. Let me go back to my other template. So let's say this feature one is my template, right? This is the one I'm going to copy. I'm going to select my templates here. So I'm going to select my main cozy group. And let's say this is a feature that goes out on Fridays only. You may have 3 people that only want Fridays. So I would select that. Now let it save. Now it's saved. And now every time you duplicate this, okay, I'm going to show you. So if I duplicate this and I fill in all the things, let's pretend that, see, it's a copy. So we go to edit. I edit the content. Woo, put in my bugs. I do all the things. I don't know why I clicked that. Okay. Say you use this for real. Real one. Oops. All right. Save that. All right. Say I'm done. And now I'm actually ready to schedule this. Then the next step to do, look at that. My recipients are already chosen. Okay. Put in a cool subject line. You can, campaign. This is say, partner John, if you want to. You just want to put something here, 519. Okay. Whatever you want. You do this so you know where you're at in your swap so you can keep track. Okay. But you already put in your email link on BookBridge, so it's not like you have to come back to this in 3 days, right? So hit continue. And then go ahead and schedule. Everything is ready to go. And that's how you use templates over and over again, so you don't have to recreate it, basically reinvent the wheel every single time, 5-7 times a week. Don't do that. Set it and forget it. Set it, who it goes to. If you just have one list, that makes it even easier. If if you haven't separated out your people yet who only want one. I've had people just email me and say, can I just get one email a week? And I'd be like, sure. And then I'd be like, I'll put them on my Fridays, or I'll put them on Wednesdays where they get a whodunit game and things like that. So if people ask, and if you're willing to do that, then that's up to you. And then you can just add it in with the template, so you don't have to do it each time. All right, so that's how you choose your recipients, finding your group promo link in BookBridge. So when you do have a promo coming up, and your promos that you're sharing will show up on your calendar. So if you have joined a promo, you would actually see that here as well. But if you've joined a promo and you're like, oh, where's that link again? It's not on your calendar yet for some reason. I don't know why you didn't put it on your calendar, because maybe you didn't want it synced to your calendar. You have that option. So you would just go here and you would share your, basically this public page right here. No, you want the landing page. I'm sorry. Scratch that. The very first one, your tracking link. You probably saw this first. You're like, why is she saying that one? No. This one is if you want to invite other authors or share it on your page or something. This is the one. So if you copy this, this is what that would look like. Okay, you can see it's tracking. And it's going to go, this is for your readers and to grab the books. Okay, the links aren't live yet, and so nothing shows up. But once they are live, there is a call to action here to get the book once the promo goes live. So that is your link. And then you would take that link. Sorry, not this one. Grab the one that you copied here. And again, use it just like you would. And again, you would have your choice of which promo banner to download and use. And then you can rotate as you wish, because you would have your share dates available. Share dates for promos and share dates for participants are slightly different, because you can see the share dates here that this participant is doing. She's doing June 19th. So that would show up on her calendar for June 19th. And she would have her own tracking link. All right, guys. All right, sending or scheduling your email. And I just showed you that in Mailerlite as well. So I hope that you got a complete walkthrough on, you better understand how this all flows and works together with BookBridge and your client. That's just two platforms. All right, so how often should you email your list? Well, the real numbers. Minimum at least once a week. Anything less and readers will forget that you exist. Okay. Ideal when building 5 to 6 times a week as you start swapping. Obviously, as you're building your list, you really can't swap yet, but once you hit that about 800 to 1,000 subscribers, try to start swapping and getting people going, because by then they would have gone through your nurture sequence, right? Which we're going to get into shortly. Some authors email every single day, and yes, it still does work. It's really about consistency, all right? If it's twice a week, stick with it. If it's 5 times a week, stick with it. If you're going to slowly taper off or bump it up more, let your readers know it's coming. Like, be super transparent with them. They really do appreciate that. Okay, so what counts as an email? Well, a swap counts, right? Readers see every email from your address. That's an email. So personal story emails, if you have promo features, solo swaps, all of it, it counts. If you click send or click schedule, that's your email. But show up as an author, not just a promo vehicle running around throwing books in people's inboxes, okay? The authors who lose subscribers aren't the ones who email too much. They're the ones who actually disappear for weeks and then reappear at the launch and ask. And I would also add the ones who are just generically showing up. Here's a book. Here's a book. Here's a book. Here's a book. Here's my book. Here's my book. Here's my book. Here's another book. Here's another book. Okay. So let's look at the email stats. So open rate. Are readers opening your emails? The industry averages for authors 25 to 30%, 35%. Below that, you need to check your subject lines. Okay. I'll show you guys mine. I am currently at, let me show you I could show you generically, but this is everybody. So you see, I'm going to get a few spam complaints, but look how small those are, right? Because they're nurtured. These are just organic unsubscribes. Okay. Let me look at my groups here, and I'll show you my main group. And our main group. So my open rate right here, this is the main group, is 40%, and then a click rate of 3.5%. So I think click rate is next. Yes, our readers clicking through, 2 to 5% is healthy. I would like mine to be a little bit higher, but you know, I ain't gonna complain. If I drop down to 2, I know I'm doing something wrong. But definitely you want to revisit your call to actions, and if the book covers are resonating. If you find it's dropping steadily, don't be afraid to actually ask, hey guys, why aren't you clicking? I actually did that. I asked why they weren't, and I had really great responses and really good feedback. Okay. Unsubscribe rate under 0.5% is normal. Spikes usually mean you went silent too long, changed your content, or sent too many promos back to back. Now I'm going to show you guys, you might have saw that on my dashboard. I had a spike in unsubscribes. Right, where was that? Right here. Okay. Thinking, what happened on 5/16? I really don't know. I'm like, when was my last campaign sent? 5/16, the 16th of May. So, and this one, maybe the book didn't resonate with them. I don't know. Could have been the book cover. Could have been, I haven't heard from you in a while, which technically I've fallen trapped to. And I'm not nurturing my email list as much. I'm actually checking this, making sure the link works. Yeah. So that book just kind of didn't resonate with my subscribers. Okay. Sometimes I like a different genre, sometimes not, but that's what happened. So I'm just like, okay. But no one marked me as spam. So that tells you that was a healthy unsubscribe. They're like, this just does not resonate with me anymore. And that's totally fine. Okay. So definitely keep those small, because as you can see, I'm at 0.1%, 0.1%. So yeah, I'm happy with those numbers. All right. The read rate, as you saw earlier, the unique to BookBridge, or excuse me, it's really unique to ReaderBridge, BookBridge is all the same. But how far they get into your lead magnet, under 50% completion means your hook or opening chapters need a look. And as you saw in my example, it was more about midway through it just wasn't quite doing it for them to, at least that's what I would personally see. Like, and then the ending seemed to gravitate. They wanted to finish, but here they're starting to drop off, I think, personally, by these fake metrics. So that is pretty cool. Pretty cool, right, guys? Okay. So if you have watched all 5 videos and you still haven't grabbed this nurture sequence, guys, what are you waiting for, right? The done for you nurture sequence, you know the 3 mistakes. So this helps you avoid all of them from day 1. It's written with the culturally smart AI, so it sounds like you and not a template. Okay, you're going to fill in the blanks, paste into Mailerlite or whatever you have, and you're done. The authors are getting the best results. They have this running before the first swap, or they immediately switch gears, swap out whatever their current nurture sequence, and put this in. Like, test it. Test to see if it works. You won't know if it works until you test it works. It's free, so you really have nothing to lose except maybe about 30 minutes swapping out what you do have or creating what you don't have. Okay. What it can help reduce is the silent drop off that happens within the first 14 days after download. So new subscribers who forget who you are before you ever email them is not cool. The coldest problem that makes launch day feel like shouting into a void is real. You don't want that. So, and you're going to close the gap between they downloaded it and did they actually become a fan. You're going to see that on the reader analytics. Okay. You have sat through 5 videos. You know how to build, grow, and send. The one piece most authors skip is the one that holds it all together, and it's free, and that is your nurture sequence. It's in the description, so go get it. All right. Now you have everything you need to build, grow, and keep your list. Sign up at bookbridge.io, set up your reader bridge page, download your free nurture sequence, and start swapping. Your reader list and your launch are waiting. You know how to keep them engaged from the get-go, and you now know how to keep keeping them engaged throughout the life of your launch, your author career and publishing business. Because now after the nurture sequence, you know how to write engaging content when you are sharing other books and your own. So you can get started in the link description below. And if you want to shout out about that culturally smart AI that I use, is called April. It is also in the description below. If you're curious, hey, there's also, I believe, a trial for that as well. So try it out for yourself. It is an amazing tool. It is unlike any tool I have. Like, I still pay for Claude and everything else, but April is my go-to when I need to hit the heart of something and I need to resonate with somebody, but I just feel like I can't get the words out to really match the vibe that I'm going for. And April helps me fill in that gap. So guys, I'm Andy, creator and founder of bookbridge.io and readerbridge.io. So thank you so much for staying in this series. May your indie publishing career continue to thrive. I'll be back with more series. Please leave a comment below if you want to see something specific other than what I've gone through here, or just regular tutorials about bookbridge.io and readerbridge.io. I'd be happy to create them for you. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one. And if you have made it this far, guys, let me know what genre you're in and your pen name so I can look for you in BookBridge and send you a message, because that's easy. And we all like easy, guys. All right, I'm out. Love you. Keep writing and keep being awesome.